Hey guys, so here's your stuff for Sunday, the 24th. We're going to get into 2 rounds in the warm-up. So just running on the spot, try to get the knees up, try to get the heels up, just getting the heart rate up. You don't have to run fast, but just continuously try to do more than just this, or knees up, or heels up, trying to get the legs moving. Okay, so jumping lunges, you're just doing it on the spot. You're going to jump into your step. Right, and then I would just speed these up as I go. Usually those kind of take me a little bit of time to get comfortable. And then maybe that second round, you speed them up. Wall walks. So in the workout today, you're going to be doing a ton of wall walks. So I'm going to go over these the standards now, but just it's chest to the ground is where you start. You're trying to get nose and toes up to the wall. We do these a lot in warm-ups and stuff, but when we do it in a workout, we got to make sure that we're actually doing them legit. So chest to the ground to start, and then I'm going to keep my arms straight and just inch in, and then I'm going to walk back out, and then chest to the floor to finish. So even when you're doing your workout, when you're done that rep, you can't just slide your feet down the wall and get started up and do the next one. You're going to walk back out, go to the bottom of the push-up, chest to the floor, walk back up, nose to the wall, or as far as you can get. Some people are only going to be able to get a little bit, or some people can even just hold where their hands started. You may not be able to walk. But I want you to always go back to the floor. Okay? If you can't do if you can't get into one of those, you could put your feet on the blocks and inch them in a little bit. And inch them out. That would be a little bit easier than on the wall. If you can't do that, you could do like a walk your legs out, and then walk your hands out, and then walk back up. Right. So the idea is to kind of be shifting your weight from hand to hand, and then when we're scaling it down, we just take weight away. Right. So we're going to get less steep. So that's why we don't go quite as steep on the wall. We don't go quite as steep if we want to make it a bit easier, and then we'll go flat if you can't get into that handstand. But you don't have to get all the way in. Just try to be consistent. So that means if you're going to be doing your workout later and you can't get all the way to the wall, I would mark a line. I don't have a chalk here right now, but say I had a line here. Right, and that's maybe a couple feet away from the wall. I'm going to try to hit my hands to that every time. So when I start on the ground, I always get to that spot, and then I go back to the ground. Right, to whatever's challenging for me. Wall walks get really, really hard in the workout, so you're going to have a hard time later. But that's just the standard for later, what we're going to do in the workout. Do the same standard in the warm-up. You're trying to figure out what your difficulty level is going to be. But yeah, next is the strength. So we're doing back rack lunges. So if we did these in the gym, it'd be pretty tough to do this big set. 5 sets of 20 lunges. If we were trying to go as heavy as possible, would really kind of gas you. You'd need a good amount of time in between sets. So if you have that weight, just make sure that you rest enough. If you have to do the same weight for all 5 sets, just make it kind of medium heavy. It'll be hard. Anything with 20 reps is hard. If you can add weight, but try to make sure that you get all 20 in a row. I don't want you to get to 14 and quit. Right? I want you to do 20. So I'd rather that be a little bit lighter. Make sure that you get your 20. And then be realistic on how much weight to add. If you're going to add 20 pounds, right, and you barely got through the last set, maybe it's better to add 5 or 10 pounds. Okay? Yeah, but so these usually catch people off guard whenever we do that many sets, or reps, I mean. So back rack lunges. So usually we do these off the rack, but you're just going to pick it up, put it over your head, put it on your back. If you can get it there, right? And then you're just going to do a forward step, knee to the ground, right? When I do my lunges, I'm trying to keep the chest up. but see how my kind of the chest angle never really changed. This line from my thigh on the ground to my chest is straight up, right? So nothing has changed there. This is also straight up too. The shin here is straight up. I'm not sitting on this toe, and this knee is in front of the toe, and there's a space underneath my heel. I'm square there, right? So when I step back up, there could be a little bit forward, but I don't want to get to there, right? And then I'm going to step back, oops, to where I started. So that front heel stays on the ground. Okay? And then also the width of your feet, right? So I don't want a tight rope, meaning I don't want my feet to go right one in front of the other. So right now I've got about a hip width stance. I'm going to keep that. Right? So right now I kept that same distance apart. And then I'm back up. Right? What I don't want to do is go one right in front of the other, and now I'm kind of off balance. Right? I'm just going to keep, they don't have to be like squat width or anything, but I'm just going to keep my, everything square. Okay? So you're going to do 20 reps, bars on the back, so you should be able to kind of, if it gets really tough, you should be able to stand there for a little bit, kind of catch your breath, shake out the legs for a second, and keep going. It won't kind of be the how you're holding it that's going to limit you. If you have a dumbbell that's heavy enough, you can put it on your back like this, and then you're doing it like that. If you have two dumbbells, often we kind of do this way, where we're kind of just holding it up like that, and kind of just balancing it vertically. But usually you need two. If you have a kettlebell, you're going to hold it like this, probably just with one hand. Find a comfortable squat on the back of your shoulder so that you're really not having to, see how I can kind of rest my hand a little bit. I'm just kind of balancing it there, making sure it doesn't tip over. But I don't need to death grip it. But yeah, so adjust those reps as well. Like if you have a really light dumbbell, maybe you're doing 30, right? Something where you're just holding it and forcing you to keep your chest up. So often with these ones, it forces me, if I do this, the weight kind of starts to pull me down. So all these kind of having a weight on the, obviously makes it harder on the legs, and it forces you to be vertical. So if you have a bar, use it, and then adjust your weights as you go. If you don't, you might need to adjust, like we do most days, you might need to adjust your reps by, chances are you're going to have to go up in reps. But I would say start with the 20 in the first set, see how that feels. If that was really easy, next set you're going to add another 5 reps or add another 10 reps, right? And then just even it out, make sure you're alternating feet, left, right. So, if you're doing one shoulder with the dumbbell or the kettlebell, make sure the next set you put on the other shoulder, but do the whole set on one side. Yeah, so make these challenging. If this was in a normal class, this would be something that would probably take up most of the, it would probably take a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes probably to get through these 5 sets, because the set itself takes you a few minutes, a couple minutes, and then the recovery time is probably like 2-3 minutes at least to be able to have the energy back on the legs to do it again. So it's going to really take a big chunk of time, but it doesn't take that long to get into because it's not that much to kind of warm up and practice. Yeah, so then for the workout, 18 minutes is pretty long of what we're doing. So you're going to do one wall walk, so that was chest to the ground, nose and toes to the wall, walk back out, back to the floor. Right? So again, finish on the floor when you're done. You don't just go up and then slide out the side. I'm going to walk back out to the floor, get up, I'm going to do my 200-meter run. So I'm going to run to my 100-meter mark, or my 50-meter mark twice, or whatever I got marked out. And then I'm going to come back and do 2 wall walks. Right? First couple rounds of this are going to be not so bad. The later rounds of this workout are not going to be fun. Wall walks in workouts, they get really tough. They start out really comfortable. We like them in warm-ups. You know, when you're having to do 6-7 wall walks in a row, the arms get a little tired, the body starts to break, right? So what happens, what you see, it's hard to kind of show it from the side here, but what happens after a while with these ones is that people's kind of bodies turn into like, they start just kind of reaching their, they try to get to the wall with their nose without breaking their wall, bringing their hands in first. So all you see this big arch in their body. Instead of a straight line, they try to get their nose to touch the wall without making their hands go in further, and their body does this big bend, right? And that kind of really breaks your core, makes you weaker. So make sure that you're actually doing your walking all the way to the wall, or all the way enough that it's a kind of a keeping your body neutral, as opposed to like, you know, having not a stacked body. So just getting as far as you can. As far as scoring, if I finish the round of 1 and 200, that's 1 round. If I get 2 wall walks, it's 1 round plus 2 reps, right? So that's how you're gonna rate it. If you finish like halfway through the run of a round, so say I finished round 6, plus I've gone through the 7 wall walks and 100 meters of the next round, and I didn't quite finish the round 7, I would do 6 plus 107, right? So plus the 100 meters that I finished, plus the 7 reps I previously did of the wall walks, right? So just see how far you can get. Keep the wall walks looking good. Keep going chest to the floor at the start and finish of every rep. Remember, no sliding down. You're walking up and you're walking back out. Yeah, it's going to be a sneaky hard one, but it's going to be a great one for shoulder stability and keeping the core tight, trying to make those wall walks looking good. Okay? All right, have fun.